No, sorry, it's Paul Rivette in second place. Senna Proctor is in third place. In fourth place is Paul Rivette, and it is in the lead. In second place, Mike Bushell. So it's Bushell, Proctor, Rivette, the one who shot the order. Nose to tail, the first two cars. In fact, Mike Bushell almost bump-drafting the leader as they came out of Bickerbrook and head up Clay Hill, up under the Pirelli Bridge. And Mike Bushell is on every corner, in fact every few yards. Graham Field, more distant than his lap time in qualifying suggested might be the case. Here they come side by side, and I think that Mike Bushell has got the inside line as they come into Hislop's on the inside in the right hand turn in. Yes, he's got the lead. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. So as he comes to the second and third parts of Hislop's, Mike Bushell now leads. From Antwater Nielsen second, it's Paul Rivette third, and Senna Proctor fourth. But the effect of that overtaking manoeuvre, because it slowed the pair of them down a bit, means that they've all bunched up behind, or not every car in the race. But
yeah, you're right, he's in sixth position behind Max Coates.
So they're coming down towards Hislop's now, and you can barely see Antwater Nielsen's car, despite his lurid colour scheme, because he was hidden so close behind the leading car, Mike Bushell. So after those two, it's Rivette, Proctor, Coates, Liddell, Price, and then Daniel Rowbottom, and there's more and more bits falling off the turf here on the outside of the engine of Bickerbrook.
Time in this 12-lap race. Yeah. So Antwater Nielsen has the lead back then, but can he hold on to it? Because coming back at him now, as they go side by side down towards Hislop's, is Mike Bushell. He gets into the corner. It's a replica of the way he took the lead earlier on, and they scatter. Paul Rivette goes over the triangle, so also to Senna Proctor. Both of them have lost a few places. They didn't make the whole circuit. They, as I say, went over the grass triangle. They lost places rather than gained places. That was the result of fighting for third position and emulating them, but a bit lower down the order is 24 Clio Racing. This is his first season in them, isn't it? Otherwise, he's been a Ginetta racer, rear-wheel drive cars. Ginetta Juniors and the GT Super Cup. So down they come, and now I think Mike Bushell, having retrieved the lead, taken the lead as it were, like for the second time, is going to pull away. And I think Antwater Nielsen is going to be challenged by the car with the very distinctive orange wheels, Max Coates' car. Senna Proctor's fourth, fifth, Joy Liddell, sixth is Lee Pattison up to 10th. Josh Price is gradually losing bits on the rear of his Clio, as he has a whole group of cars, including Paul Rivette, in that line behind him. Yeah, okay. The Ford Focus, but has gone back to try and repeat what he did 2 years ago, and win this championship, leads the way down towards Hislop's for the first time under no real threat, I would say. Turns into the corner. This is the seventh time down here. Antwater Nielsen has Max Coates becoming ever bolder behind him. Then Senna Proctor in fourth place. Charlie Liddell fifth still. Sixth is Lee Pattison. Seventh is Josh Price. Eighth is Paul Rivette. Ninth is Daniel Rowbottom. And 10th is somebody who I don't think we've mentioned very much, Luke Kinsley in number 8. With the green wheels. That's right, yeah.
Luke Kinsley, so easy to spot
on the way through in the number 71 car from the team that is the Russell and Adam Morgan team, Sicily Motorsport. Leader into Hislop's then. Still the same, second and third, nose to tail situation. And now I would say, yes, that Charlie Liddell is closing in on Senna Proctor very noticeably. That gap is much smaller. Lee Pattison still 6th, Paul Rivette 7th, Josh Price 8th, Daniel Rowbottom 9th, and Luke Kinsley is 10th.
Liddell able to land very close to his best lap of the race, which is stepping in the fastest lap. Black and white flag, by the way, being displayed to car number 13 for not respecting the track limits. I noticed that was Rory Collingbourne. Yeah. And Jake Giddings, having pensioned his charge up the order to 11th,
is in fact number 19. So, sorry, it is Tom Wrigley. Tom Wrigley is in the lead. It's Mark Davies in second place, and Jamie Oulton in third. And that's how it was in Cascade as well. I was looking at the colours. So the lead is Tom Wrigley, second is Mark Davies, and third is Jamie Oulton.
Your defence, Tom Wrigley has changed his paint job, I think, from last weekend to the Donington weekend.
Of Mark Davies. Almost side by side for third. Jamie Oulton under great pressure now from Will Burns. Come all the way up from Western Supermare is another then, and nose to tail for third place as they just bear out of a sight up to those challenging corners, swerve at Druitt.
Yes, anywhere on the total package, I suppose it's a long way from Western Supermare. No round at Castle Coombe, which is his local circuit. Thruxton not a million miles away, I suppose. Now waiting for the cars to reappear at the end of lap 2.
May happen at the Island of Heaven, will be revealed to us as they come over Hilltop and head down towards Hislop's. That gap, Mark Davies is on a charge. Mark has won the G50 Cup, he's won the GT5 Challenge in the past, had a smell in Lotus Cortinas in Detroit racing last year, and is now happy to be back racing in Ginetta, going very, very well indeed. I think bringing that gap down. What do their sector times look like on this lap? I think Mark's the quicker one.
Mark Davis is quicker through sector 1, and yes, he's quicker through sector 2. Yeah,
that gap is coming down.
That's a great call. Okay, so we'll see what he does at the end of this lap. Jamie Oulton was about the same speed through sector 1 as Tom Wrigley, slower than the 2 cars ahead for sector 2, but as they come across the line, Mark Davis more concentrated on the car in front, the gap then coming down to 0.9 of a second.
So not really in touch with the top 2, but is hanging on grimly to his 3rd place. Leaders coming to his lots for the 4th time. Nose to tail it is for 3rd and 4th place, but not really for the lead yet. And then we've got a group of cars with now they're still in 5th place is number 21 going nicely, Declan Jones. Probably does a fair amount of track testing. He doesn't do that much racing, Declan, these days. Young chap from Liverpool, and there in 5th place ahead of quite a long line of cars behind him.
There's some driver coaching, I think, around Oulton Park particularly, and other places too, so keeps himself busy. And in 5th position, ahead of Callum Boynton. Everyone getting quicker, by the way, lots of green.
And the car that went off coming out of Cascades goes past me now, going rather slowly. It's Fraser Robertson, car number 5. So you find him, maybe even heading for the pits, but certainly going slowly past me.
Okay.
So the leader, 19 Tom Wrigley through, yes, followed by 77 as ever was. So in 2nd place is the Mark Davis. No change behind. There's a gap opening up now as Declan Jones pulls away from Callum Boynton, but Callum continues to keep a queue of 4 or 5 cars behind him. Callum Boynton number 7 in 6th place.
Will Burns gained attention on Jamie Oulton through section 1, but then a quick check over the car, a pat on the roof, off he goes, so he's back in now.
Right, leaders about the same, I would say, as they come into his lots for the 7th time, heading towards half distance then in this first of only 2 races that the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup has this weekend. Gap much the same, and 6th and 3rd possibly down a little as Will Burns eases gradually away, but although he's got half the race left in which to do something about it, I doubt whether he's going to be able to get close enough to make a move to gain a place.
Last time around, by the way, on lap 6, Will Burns putting in the best lap of the race, so too Jamie Oulton and Declan Jones, and actually on this reading the time his Green Ed Green did gain quite a bit of time on Carl Maudsley that time around. That's the battle for 7th and 8th, developing nicely. Car 44, Gary Lancashire goes through now in his first meeting with the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup, so steep learning curve starts now, but learning with every lap. Now, top 4 over the line, Will Burns, Jamie Oulton the closest. What of the scrap though for this battle between the 7th machine of Boynton, who is in 6th, then Bordley 7th, and 8th place for Ben Green. On that lap, that scrap for 6th position. Further down from that, Gaffney, Hibbert and Summerfield. The other big star of the race was not Hibbert, it's Ron Gaffney. By the way, on 15.
Right, so yes, that's the top 10 through on that day.
Okay, climbing the hill once more. Another good 6th time. Mark Davis this time, so the 6th of London from the straight to top of Clay Hill. It's not through there quicker than anybody else in the race.
And we've got a retirement down here as well, the school box.
Not in disrespecting as through sector 1 goes Tom Wrigley, managed that quicker than he managed all race, so a personal best through sector 1. And the gap at the line getting a more distance in 5th position, but he'll be pleased to be firmly in the midfield. Professional ahead of him. Can't take him away from his life. Historic racing, Lotus Cortinas, but he's won the Ginetta G50 Championship.
Graham Chinney going well, second in the AM class, number 4 in 12th place. So he's raced in Formula 4 a long time ago, very successfully, back in the 1970s.
Graham managed to qualify ahead of Colin White as far as the outflap was concerned, but White was getting into it, White now runs.
So into Cascades, he was able to just make use of the inner line to take the lead. So down they come towards Hislop's for the first time, with Dan Camish in second place. Not often you have to say that, but Dan Camish is at the moment in second place, the reigning champion. In third place is number 28, Charlie Eastwood. Then Lewis Taylor has lost out of place. Lewis Taylor has lost out of place to what I reckon is Tom Oliphant. Tom Oliphant has gained a place from the third row at the extent of Lewis Taylor. He is fourth and Lewis is fifth. No relation to Jason, of the front running driver, Stephen. Raced in the BTCC as well, third in the British Formula 3 Championship some years ago as well. Comes down into Hislop's for the second time with Dan Camish keeping the pressure on. As they turn through Hislop's in third place, it is still just Charlie Eastwood holding off Tom Oliphant, the Ginetta to become champion. And then in the next two places, 88 and 8, the Ginetta Zamparelli up into fifth place now, more fifth position by the standards. And in sixth places, returning to the championship, Lithuanian driver Jonas Skelton.
Tom Sharp not appearing at the end of
Slipgate Road. So the bypass. So coming out of Hislop's then, it is still Stephen Jelly from Dan Camish, from Charlie Eastwood going for Tom Oliphant, and then number 88, Gino Zamparelli, just ahead of number 8, Jonas Skelton. So still plenty to anticipate in this race, I reckon. The longest races of the weekend, the 18 laps, 18 racing laps, may get that far with safety cars and other races, but 18 laps is the longest intended distance for any race. And the order is unchanged at the moment. It is Jelly from Camish. But Stephen having to work very hard indeed. I reckon that Charlie Eastwood is edging a little bit closer. Tom Oliphant a little bit further back now. I'm not saying the gap is the same as third to fourth, but it's not much different. So Charlie Eastwood, the Porsche scholarship winner this year, is doing a great job there in third place, having come from single seaters.
Two third positions for his name, Charlie Eastwood, so far. So on course for a third in a row. That was at Silverstone during the World Endurance Championship weekend, and the top rookie at the moment is place as well, with Alessandro Latif getting ahead of the Pro-Am 1 leader, Ewan Mackay.
Right, leaders at Hislop's then. Dan Camish looks very cool there in second place, whereas Stephen needs to work that a little bit harder. So yeah, the car we need to be keeping an eye on then perhaps is of his poor opening lap or two, number 77 Lewis Plato.
Charging up the hill now and heading for Water Tower for this, the fifth time of 18. And good second two times come around for Dan Camish. So we'll check the gap at the end of lap 5, 0.420.
They are the amateur type of driver. So nose to tail going through Mika Rook, still first and second. Charlie is third. Oliphant under pressure, but Gino Zamparelli is actually going back a little bit of Charlie. Then Jonas Skelton is the left starting Lewis Plato. Not actually making many more heroes in the car. I'm not sure was really has a look to see what life is like on the inside line, but doesn't really like the look of it, so he tucks in behind Stephen Jelly again. So it's still Stephen Jelly in front. Dan Camish second. Charlie Eastwood not close to any more, but he's a bit more. Ever so gradually by Tom Oliphant, and Gino Zamparelli in the result is later. That's the way Paul's leading through.
And that was also taken by the front. Ahead of Carl Henning, Adrian Barwing, Captain Barton, and then separated by a very small margin indeed, as you say, similar to the scrap that we had at the head of the order, which appears now as got the order. There they go.
Yes, this we talked about, the Tampin and Martin has absolutely joined in, so it is now 4 cars and that's leading through.
This is over the line, separated by Carl Henning turning in and on 4, then a bit of a gap back to Charlie Eastwood, who is doing something very great now. Tom Oliphant more concerned about Gino Zamparelli and Jonas Skelton.
He's a Londoner, and we've seen racing once or twice before in the UK, but not very much. Well, obviously in this championship start of the season. So the lead is coming to Hislop for the 9th time, and so the half distance lap, nose to tail, it remains the same order. Jelly, Dan Camish, John Eastwood, Tom Oliphant, Gino Zamparelli, Jonas Skelton, and Lewis Plato heading up. Druids, already probably out of Druids, are the 2 leaders. So Stephen Jelly hasn't yet made a mistake. Dan Camish an opportunity.
Yes, leaders yet to appear at the bottom. Martin does so now over Dearly, so it might not be too many more laps before they catch the back marker. That might spice things up. 30 seconds. pushing Rupert Martin, gets the headlights on now. He leads the way out of all four. He's never decided then. And Cavish by half a second.
Charlie Eastwood, that's the closest little battle we've got up as a leading group at the moment. So down towards his lops with a slower car ahead who turns, it's Rupert Martin, isn't it? Yeah, the yellow car, the extra car. Oh dear, he goes on the grass and gets completely in the way. He wasn't in the box, absolutely wasn't Rupert Martin. Well, he has nowhere to go, but he has lost Stephen Jelly from the Stephen. Yes, wrongly, he went round the outside and that put him on the grass, and Dan Cameron saw the opportunity, went the other side of Alex Martin. He had the chance to decide see which way Alex Martin was going to go. Went to the left, Steve was without the traction that obviously Dan had on the truck tarmac, and he went through to the lead, down to have the lead, Stephen Kelly. But it's just one of those things because Alex Martin's car just got in the way, but you can't really blame Alex Martin, he had to be someone.
And sort of preempted the fact that it might try to lead on, but didn't think it would be quite to an extent, but just as that extent, and nevertheless Dan Cavish then comes through to lead the first lap of this race. With him in front and 12 laps done. So the big figure, Stephen Jelly, needs to change his thoughts and try and attack again.
Just thinking about it, Steve, with two options, hit Rupert in the rear or go on the grass.
Yeah.
So
actually good driving from Stephen Jelly, but it's cost him the lead.
Yes, it has, yeah.
For being, gentlemanly is probably too fine a point on it, but he didn't want to damage his car. Indeed, yeah. And you come out the loser. Sad that, but nevertheless Dan Cavish is on course for another victory. The record was
going along the Hillsborough bypass there was number 77 Plato. It actually didn't gain him anything, so I doubt there's going to be penalised for that, but his braking point coming into his lot, so he went down the bypass and joined in where he left it.
Stephen Jelly climbed up the hill, very respectable indeed. Big time for anybody else, but he's pushing on. He's only got 6 more laps, including this one, so leader's already at Lodge.
Something's got to give in this Pro-Am 2 battle. At the moment, the order stays as we've been talking about it. It's like currently all the Pro-Ams are on their down drives, essentially, hanging on in there. This is order.
Yeah, Mark Radcliffe in the 17 car leads the way from Peter Carl Hennigan.
Which is straight, yes, but it's very undulating, so heavy on the back for these race drivers. Hard braking into a right-hand hairpin, and then they power back up over the hilltop and get the rules. So that's the configuration of circuit we're on as the cars come over the line. Not the only voice to be heard this weekend, though. Pleased to say that I'm also joined by a very familiar voice as far as the British Touring Car Championship paddock is concerned. Alan Hyde will be perambulating, shall we say, up and down the pit lane. Alan.
Nice word. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Well done for saying rather than the pit lane. I thought I might what was the word?
Perambulating.
So the entry of the paddock end, but the exit end as far as the pit lane is concerned. The entry end as far as the pit lane is concerned. I'm hoping tomorrow morning for a driver parade where all the touring car drivers will climb on board and be able to wave and get your supporting cheers systems check complete, very happy with everything. Thank you, Johnny.
Smash it. To the quickest time, leaving it relatively late because we've only got a minute left of this 15-minute session. And Middleton is championship leader coming into this round, by the way, having performed really well in the opening 6 races, so it'll be round 7 and 8 this weekend. Stuart Middleton leads the standings on 197 points from Will Tregertha, who has 183, and Dave Wooder on 172. If he got his maximum 35 points from the last race at Thruxton, he would actually be in 2nd position, but sadly for Dave, has had points deducted. And Dave Wooder is now 5th fastest, behind Stuart Middleton, number 75, Sebastian Priaulx, number 11, Lewis Brown, number 21, and Will Tregertha in the yellow and black Elite Motorsport machine. Tom Wood from Castle Donington is moving to the 4th position as well, as Seb Perez goes into 4th place with a 144.1. But can anybody go quicker than Stuart Middleton? As the checker flag will be displayed very shortly, clock now reading 0, and the checker flag is now out. If you're on a quick lap already, you will be permitted to end that, but for instance, the first car over the line, which is one of the 2 8th fastest, car 88 Jack Martin from Common, takes place with number 62. had 20 cars, it would be the top 10, and any more than 20 cars, it would still be the top 10, but
yes.
any fewer than 20 cars, the number changes. Fine, so what I'll do is, when I've got the by the way, and this may be to switch tyres around because the rear will get warmer than the front. It's slightly wider tyres, so that's not going to happen. The 31 car is being reversed though, almost back into the garage, not full spotters guide, so you can pick them out at distance. Ample Neil's just heading down through Cascade now and down Lakeside into the Island Hairpin. Bright green and black car for Ample Neil's car number 10, but other people to look out for, as we've mentioned, Mike Bushell, 2014 champion a year out, has come back and is going to the pace, but that elusive win still not really scrapped just yet. It could be this weekend. Two more races to go out for Mike Bushell in car number 1, and therefore is second at the moment. Pretty kind of stuff to come through. First place so far is car 66.
Yeah, that's what you want. It's a welcome back to the BTCC for the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup. They weren't down at Thruxton, but they certainly are here at Oulton Park.
Thank you, Alan. Qualifying for the 2016 Michelin Ginetta GT4 Super Cup. And first laps are just being completed now, so first time in from the right from runners. Headed by Tom Ridley, who's had a fantastic year. A massive finish at Oulton Park, despite the reverse grid. Absolute best time
Thank you very much indeed. Next qualifying session already underway.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, good job. If not, then they are readily available from around the circuit, and booking costs will be directed to the various programme points. But I know there is one right outside the restaurant area in the middle of the circuit. You can get a £5 programme packed full of information for the weekend ahead, and most crucially it's got entry lists and spotter guides for the Simpson race products taking an outright race victory, and Daniel Harper at times this season has shown that he could be a potential contender.
So they've done an out-lap, they're now on actually a quick lap here, excuse me, and there'll be 12 minutes to go. So I'm starting to filter in now. Lewis Brown, Clio as well, in the number 11 car, son of Triple World Touring Car champion Andy. And Andy will be at Le Mans this weekend in preparation for the 24 Hours of Champions in a couple of weekends' time. And we were talking, myself and Alan earlier on, Alan Hyde down in the pit lane, about maybe the pressure being off a little bit from Rio, his father not here, and therefore he can plough his own furrow to some extent. A lot of drafting taking place down the main straight with Lewis Brown with nowhere to think really, because Charlie Bagg was right behind him. Speaking of Bagg, there was not really a cigarette paper rotation therefore out of that slow speed corner, because it dictates your top speed over hilltop and into the braking area for Hislops, which is the chicane. Knickerbrook the corner afterwards, turn right through Knickerbrook up Clay Hill, and again important to get good speed out of that sequence of right, left, right corners, because then I'll fighting the car a little bit up Clay Hill and through the left hander of Water Tower, double right hander at Druid. That's quite a big dab on the brakes, and then it's the bravest of the brave really through that tricky double right hander. If you get the opportunity to go and spectate out there on the inside of the bend, it's an experience you won't forget easily, because they're not hanging around there through those bends, even in the Ginetta Junior, particularly the touring cars and the Porsches later on in the weekend. And then a longish straight under Warwick Bridge, braking for Lodge Corner, and then they head down, almost like a roller coaster, down nearly and up over the top to complete a lap. 2.2 miles in total. Lewis Brown goes over the line, and actually the quickest lap so far offered by Dave Wooder
today, and very welcome it is as well. The weather forecast for tomorrow is already we've heard from a couple of the drivers we've been chatting to down here in pit lane. It's an excellent sunny and hot day tomorrow. This morning it was just some overcast. Look at that, we've got blue sky, beautiful here. I reckon this is potentially the most beautiful circuit in the country, isn't it? And I do every time I come here.
Moot points, but I actually agree with you.
Just look around at the trees, the landscape, everything about it. It's just so beautiful. And when the sun comes out, everybody smiles. So good news. Yeah, slightly different weather conditions this afternoon. It's no longer sort of overcast and humid. It's now sunny and warm and lovely.
Yeah, this place is beautiful in the sunshine, and as you mentioned, the trees, the avenue, which is the section of circuit out of Old Four Corner down to Denton, used to be tree lined about 50 years ago. Thankfully those trees were taken down and barriers put up, but it was a daunting part of the transitional to motor racing cars. By the way, this is a good opportunity to say to you, if you're interested in marshalling, then recruitment is certainly happening this weekend, and you can get a bit more information from the gazebo, which is green and orange, I understand. The Team Wilson Marshall recruiting gazebo, sited in the trade area, rear of Checkers Restaurant. Pete Wilson got popped up from the Marshall recruitment team a little earlier on, so you can head along there to get a bit more information about marshalling if you want to get involved, and therefore, you know, go in the areas where the spectators aren't allowed. More information available via www.marshalls.co.uk. Make sure you're spelling Marshalls correctly though, with one L, www.marshalls.co.uk, or you can head to the Marshall recruitment team this weekend, the Team Wilson Marshall recruiting gazebo, which is in the trade area at the rear of Checkers Restaurant. And hopefully a few more Marshalls will be recruited this weekend. They're in their 10th anniversary, having started that initiative in 2006. Back to the session in hand. We're almost 11 minutes into it now, and Will Tregurtha
to make the most of every sort of second on track during this session. So yeah, always the way. Engine fires up, just as Hind arrives.
Just concentrate on the time as the swathe of cars come through, not seeing any around in the nooks and crannies, trying to, just looks like diagnosing the problem if the biggest issue is, and
electrical malady car somewhere.
Fortunately for those guys, there's only now just over a minute to go in this session. Cameron is at the moment 18th fastest. Behind him, the 30 car of Dylan Skiba from Northampton, and also the 58 car, which is Anthony Ayres from Mexico Motorsport. But Tragertha having set his best lap of the session on lap 2 and 6 now, getting nowhere close. 152.8 laps around. Has he actually used the best in the tyre really early on in the session? Dave Wooders' first lap was his quickest, a 143.751. He's had 5 further attempts but gone no quicker. Charlie Wagg, he managed to pop up into 6th place last time
around. Jamie Caroline. In 4th place is number 7, Alex Quinn, and then after him we got in 5th place number 15, which is James Poole, and therefore gained the place which was 6th. The cars now, all of them, with one straggler, is number 12 just coming through, past the end of that first lap. Johnny was probably already a second or so, was it?
It was 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like, if not more than that. He comes to his lots for the second time. Settling into the second, third, fourth place is now 5th, as you say, is number 31, Matt Neutral, and James Paul 6th. So no apparent change in the order of the whole pack as it seems this way. There's a bit of a chance being mounted there around about 9th place, battling as instructing as the way as he was in qualifying, but there's no doubt about the leader who's just opening up a sort of Lando Norris type lead as he comes into his lots for the 3rd time. Accelerates out of it as only now coming through it, and through Nickerbrook following is the 2nd place driver, number 10, Petru the rescue. So still I would say that Clement Fielding is in round about 9th place. Doesn't seem to be able to pick up any more places behind, so definitely Francesco from the Romanian driver, Petru the rescue, with his 3rd place. 3rd place still the colourful car of Jamie Caroline. Father Lee Caroline was a very successful and colourful character in the DBR Custom Challenge a few years ago, as Johnny will probably remember. His lots. So yeah, he's right under the wing, having just looked at the things settling down. I think we've got a battle building up now for 2nd place. It depends on the part of the circuit where they are, but certainly as they came over Hill Top, the nose of Jamie Caroline's car was right under the rear wing of the 2nd place car, Petru the rescue. What it'll look like at the end of the lap.
He brought it down through the island hairpin and over Hill Top, so the cars come through his lots for the 9th time, so it looks like being something like a 15 or 16 lap race.
Yes, by that, certainly very close, by the way, between Frank Byrne and Simmons as he started. That's Simmons trying to make up ground after his stall or not get away from the start. So captain number 12 car is in the orange TRS Arden, running 60.
This time, the RSF car, the Racing Steps Foundation car of Alex Quinn, comes a little bit closer to Jamie Caroline, if anything has changed significantly. So after we've had Rafael Martin in 7th place, the next trio goes through, still no change in their order. Bringing up the tail is number 96, Jack Butel.
As a bit of a draft, although I would think that these single-seater cars are so reliant on the downforce that getting too close would disrupt the air.
I do indeed, yeah. So leading cars from 6 through for lap 9 here, and closing in, yes, number 93, St. Goddard, I would say, closing up on Rafael Martin slightly, but again it changes as you accelerate out of Nickerbrook and go up Clay Hill, the gap stretches up at Outergate.
Look at the car 12, which is really bothering the 67 car of Frank Byrne, though. That's Ayrton Simmons, 4th place rookie in the standing.
And from Collard,
Tom Ingram climbing up Clay Hill. Ingram setting at 25.2, Hoffman set at 25.3. That's right, and well, actually, Ingram's made up so much time. He goes second. Tom Ingram goes second. First time, so we will have the full 32 cars. But Tom Ingram doing a 32.8. If I compare that to Moffman's 33.2, he found 4 tenths of a second through 6. Looks like Tom
Coming into Oulton Park and then on to Croft, where for Rob Collard and his teammates in BMWs.
I would agree with you. It's going to be interesting though, because Rob's obviously got his 66 kilos of success balance.
He's all right, you know. He's right with
I don't know.
He would probably disagree with you.
Last year in the BMW, and that sort of turned the corner for them, as you say, going to the top. So,
I just think it's a great story. Still waiting for some cities and leading that championship as well. So I reckon it must be a pretty cool place to be for the Collards at the moment.
Well, yeah, there's another one out in Ginetta.
bright blue perfect
I think you might like the car more now. I absolutely love it. So maybe we should keep a good eye on it. It's gone the way you would want it to.
You know
You surprised me.
Yeah, I was aware of that. Not a lot of things engineering and Scottish guy called Rob McDonald, who actually won last time out of Vauxhall Heath.
Number 17, Rob McDonald.
Yeah, Max got still got plenty of involvement with Hot Rod, the former European champion himself, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Dave Longhurst has been around for a while.
Longhurst, who is overseeing Matt Simpson's car, of course. Finding a real race way to go racing back. So, waiting for real quick times to come through, the traditional out lap followed by the same lap being an in lap, effectively switch the tyres around, trying to get these unlocked as quickly as possible. The soft tyre is back, of course, for this weekend. Didn't have to thrust it. Qualifying, you have to nominate which race you're going to run the soft tyre in.
There's quite a unique element to it.
Simulation, if you like.
Obviously a lot of work has gone on. They've got very good technical very much at the top of their game.
even during the Sunday, coming back as the day goes on, and they put a huge amount the state that we identified that as candy apple then. I've always called the colour of the car candy
Now we all know. See? Don't ever complain when we don't tell you anything. Sorry, Gomez. Aaron Smith still quickly come around. That's 126.319. So the BTCC half second clear this time now, and Tommy Groot slots into second. Andrew Jordan also climbing the time. Number 99 Subaru on 26.485. Race lap record from last year. Turkington down. Matched up in 116 Tommy Grimm is 6th fastest car, 80, then it's Josh Cook. Rob Collard in the 100 car is 8, Ollie Jackson. Scotsman in 10th in car 16, and that is the best of the safety so far. Ashton could be on a good lap this time. It's not flat for that's on the road as well. Yeah, we've got a bit of a brake issue. Front brakes were locked off. Now we've brought it back in and just reached those brakes, and he's now going to do another lap and see if that spin still, see if we've got the trouble.
I haven't caught up with you to ask them questions.
That's been fine, you know, this is part of the long-term plan. But
Jackson has already skipped up